gets glued to your arm, it's the mark of the beast.
Listen.
Hey, would you take the mark if you could have your cell phone inside your body? No. Never have to call.
Take the mark. Take the mark for a Grammy right now. I knew something could be brought up to you. Chief Bank Marketing, is that this beat?
Shit. I'd like to first of all thank the devil.
I knew something could be brought up to you. Take the mark for a Grammy right now. I knew something could be brought up to you. Chief Bank Marketing, is that this beat?
Shit. I'd like to first of all thank the devil.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaRachakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught me this truth. Greetings, salutations, and blessings unto you men and women out there who are listening, learning, and following the teachings of the true prophets of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Shalom unto you. All right, your brother Shaquat back here. Quick video. A servant is not greater than his master. Yahweh Shai was tempted, and we got to be tempted, and we got to be faithful like he was in them temptations, okay? So I'm going to start with that video. You seen it. He said if your cell phone was glued to your arm, then it'd be the MOTB. But then, would you, then he said, would you take it if it was glued to your arm? For $1 million, for whatever, for a Grammy. And she was like maybe, in an acceptance speech, she would thank the devil. We've been seeing that in recent times. Maybe they didn't say I'd like to thank the devil, but they went on stage and did a ritual. Okay. We see these things happening. Well, those people are failing the test. They were tempted and were proven unworthy. All right. But we have to endure that. Yahweh Shai, our Lord, who walked in the flesh on the earth, endured it. So now we got to endure it, okay? Through the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, the Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh, His only begotten Son's name, who walked the earth, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh Shai. All right, and the Holy Spirit is what allowed us to do that. All right, so this is Revelation 13, okay? It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and that the image of the beast should both speak, okay? And as the image of the beast is beginning to speak, how is it speaking? It's speaking by coming to life, all right? In such of being able to put your cell phone into your arm, being able to put your banking information in your arm, your V card in your arm, your to be able to go into the metaverse, to be able to shop certain things, to access to certain places and certain things, okay? And they're gonna bribe you with it. They've already been bribing you for the juicy juice, So how you think they're not gonna bribe you? Well, what are they gonna bribe you with? Watch what it says. And causes that as many as would not worship the image of the beast, live by this lifestyle of the beast, should be killed. So they're going to tempt you with your life. Okay? And he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So if you don't have this, man, you can't live. You can't buy or sell. You can't participate in society. Okay? And you will be killed. They even said, in fact, let's go to 20th chapter right quick. The 4th verse, which says, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. Okay? That denied it, but were beheaded, man. That didn't fall into that. Yeah, they died in the flesh, but said the dead in Yahweh Shai shall rise first. Okay? And they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shai 1,000 years. Okay? So we know they're gonna mean business, man. Okay? If it says it here, we know that they mean business. All right? So like I said, the servant is not greater than his master. So let me get that right quick. It's a few of these in here, actually. Book of John. Go to the 13th chapter. I believe it's this verse right here. It says, verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. Okay? Neither is Yahweh greater than Yahweh. Okay? Neither was John the Baptist, the forerunner, better than Yahweh. Okay? Neither are we better than any of they. We still are servants, man. Okay? And we're going to be tempted like he was tempted. Okay? It says, let's go to this chapter, a couple chapters over. Yep, verse 20, John 15, verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. Why? Because you won't worship the image of the beast. Because you won't stop preaching in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Was not Paul beaten and stoned to death? You know? Was not Stephen killed for preaching this word? Okay? It will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. Okay? So we got to know that these things are coming and that we got to deal with them. Okay? Let's go to the book of Matthew. 10. Like around there. Yeah. Same account. It says, verse Matthew 10, verse 24 said the disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. Okay, so I'll keep reading. No, I won't. Okay. Matter of fact, I will read. It says, it is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. Okay? That we are tempted and go through it the same way. And when did that happen? Okay, that happened before to our Lord. All right. Oops, that's a lot. Okay, and it says right here, Matthew chapter 4, verse 1, then was Yahweh led up to the of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. Okay, so let me show you something real quick back in the book of Revelation 12, I think it's verse 9. Okay. Yep. Verse 9 says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, and was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Okay, that great dragon, that's the beast. Okay, it still comes in the spirit of the devil. Okay, that old serpent from the garden, still coming in the spirit as a devil. That old spirit as Cain, the spirit of Esau. Okay, still moving in the Edomites, still moving in the earth today. Okay. And matter of fact, I'll go to 2 Thessalonians real quick, just to make that point stick a little. Oops, stick a little more. Verse 8. Matter of fact, verse 7. The mystery of iniquity do already work. What's the mystery of iniquity? Who's the devil in the earth? What race of people are the devil in the earth? Okay, this is being revealed. Okay, who only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out the way, as it says in Job the 9th chapter. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. If not, wherein who is he? Okay, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. Right? If not, wherein who is he? Okay, so that's the great mystery. Well, we know the wicked is reigning right now. Are they following the righteousness of the Bible? No. So we know that that's not the Israelites that's ruling. It's the wicked. The righteous aren't ruling. The wicked's ruling. Also in Proverbs, it says 29th chapter, it says When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And we know that the people of the earth right now are in mourning because there's uprisings of the people, okay, natural disasters, okay, that the Lord tells us in Second Esdras, the 9th chapter, that he will hold his tongue no more as touching the wickedness of the people on the earth. Their hurtful works are fulfilled. Okay? So he has to come back and set things right. Reading on, it says, and verse 8, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the coming brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. Okay, the wicked, man. Those that run the beast, the beast system, okay? Trying to implement its image, which is that lifestyle. It says, and shall destroy, okay, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Okay, it's going to seem like a good deal to take it. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness. Like he said, I like to thank the devil, okay, for the Grammy. Okay, that's pretty much what you're doing when you take that, okay? And it's not the Lord that chose you to be taken by it, it was you, okay? It says, and I prove that. It says, in them that perish because they receive not the love of the truth, and that they might be saved, okay? For this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie, that they all might be condemned, who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay, they had pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay, so let me go back to, well, I don't have to read that in Matthew. Okay, it shows that he was going to be tempted. We're going to go straight to the point. Okay, let's get to, I believe it is 2 Corinthians, the 1st chapter. Let me see. It's 1 Corinthians. Let me check. It might be Salaki. Bear with me one moment. Okay, yep. Nope. Salaki. I know where it's at. 10th chapter. Okay. Verse 13, 1 Corinthians 10, verse 13, there had no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. And Yahushua was tempted like men. Okay. It says, let me get that right quick. All right, this is Hebrews chapter 4, verse, I'm going to start at verse 14. Yep, it says, seeing that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, Yahweh, let us hold fast our profession. For, speaking of Yahushua, for we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. He was tempted just like we are, but he didn't sin. He didn't fold. Okay? All right, you see, it said, let us therefore come boldly into the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to him in time of need. Okay, but he was tempted just like we were tempted. All right, let's go to this one. The book of James right quick. A couple more and I'll close out. Yep. Yep. Verse 12, James 1 and 12, blessed is the man that endured temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord Yahweh hath promised to them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yahweh, for Yahweh the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Okay, so those that are going to fall short, that are going to take it, man, it was their fault. They didn't believe the truth. They didn't get the love of the truth, and so they was tempted by their own weak minds, man. their own unrighteous, wicked minds. They were condemned. All right. Then when lust, their own lust, right? Then when lust have conceived, it bring forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Okay, and that's why they're gonna be killed who take that image and its mark. Okay, they'd be tempted and they're gonna fall for it. So let's go back to 1 Corinthians 10:13 again. It says, there have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. Yahweh went through him. But the Most High Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. Our Lord was tempted on the highest level because he was able to withstand that highest level. And we're going to be tempted to our full measure as well. Okay? Also make a way, it's tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. Hey, so you're going to have options to do the right thing and not fall for the temptation. But will you make that choice? Will you deal in the spirit in that moment? Okay? The elect will. The 2/3 of Israel won't. The heathen won't. Okay? It doesn't matter what the heathen do. But speaking of you Israelites, because salvation is for you. Okay? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, Haitians, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Central Americans, South Americans, okay? Brazilians, so on and so forth, man. Okay? And also, you that are scattered, Israelite foreigners that are scattered amongst the heathen that may even look like the heathen. Okay? Salvation is for you. Okay? So let's close out with this. Close out with this in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, and I think it's about here. Let's start up. I don't want that. Let's go up. Yeah. 10. Yeah, verse 10, Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. But thou hast kept the word of my patience. I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. Okay? From being tempted in that same moment with the MOTB. Okay? Because everybody's gonna want to take it, man. You die if you don't take it. You'll starve to death. You can't participate and can't make any transactions in the world. Okay, it's starving you out. Okay, but the elect won't be tempted, and the Most High is gonna make a way. He'll set up a standard for us, man. Okay, like the scripture said, I believe it's Isaiah 55. When a servant shall eat, and everybody else gonna be hungry. We shall drink, and they gonna be thirsty. We shall rejoice for joy of heart. They're going to be in mourning for sorrow, man. Okay, he's going to keep us from that hour, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon earth. Okay, so if you doing the right thing, man, you finding that way out to escape, the Most High is going to stick with you, man. If you're an Israelite, of course, he's going to stick with you. So our Lord was tempted. We got to be tempted, man. We got to stay in the spirit like he stayed in the spirit, okay? Got to have integrity like he had integrity. Got to endure to the end and finish our courses like he did, okay? Like Yahweh Shai did. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaRachakodash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the next one. Shalom.